Today we'll talk about Swami Vivekananda. We all know Swami Vivekananda, but because of today's special celebration, we will contemplate on some of his ideas. Tulsidas ji said, because of the death is the issue, Tulsidas ji said that Tulsi jab jag mein aaye tu roye jag hase. So, O Tulsi, when you are born, your birth entrance into the world signified by your crying. And when you cried, the whole world smiled. That is not for Tulsi, but for all of us. And aisa kaam karo, that the life do such action that when you go to hase, jag roe, let the people cry for you, for your actions, for your achievements, for your success, for your dedication, for your sacrifice. In the Upanishad it is said that human life is so precious. Shashyamiva matta jayate pachyate punaha. The question is that are we born to live a life like a corn or paddy? It grows and hangs on into the plant and then dries out and falls down into the ground. Is human life is like that? It has a greater purpose. And that purpose is to be fulfilled by following the path of these great people whom we adore here, Ramakrishna, Holy Mother, Vivekananda, Christ, Buddhas, Shankara. But they are embodied in this age in the body of this Holy Ramakrishna, Vivekananda and Holy Mother. Swami Vivekananda said a beautiful word. He says that it may be that I shall cast this body off like an old worn out garment, but I shall not cease to work. I shall inspire men everywhere until the world shall know that is one with God. What a task. Swami Vivekananda's mission is that whatever he did in his whole life, he cried for the suffering of others. He dedicated himself, every breath of his, for the good and welfare of the world. He has no sense of his own personal gain or any time the thought of himself. And then sacrificing, he has established an organization. This center is a branch of that, following the same philosophy. The philosophy is to unite individual soul to the divine, that the whole world shall know that it is one with God. We are children of God, as Swamiji said, ye children of immortal bliss, ye a sinner. It is a sin to call a man sinner. He is bringing our innate divinity, innate potentiality. It is there already. But this age, Sri Ramakrishna came on the 1st of January 1886. We all celebrated probably here. It is called the Kalpataru Day. What is the Kalpataru Day? Sri Ramakrishna, following all the disciplines of spiritual life, Eastern, Western and all over the globe, whatever is available, attaining that, he blessed the whole universe. Ki ar bolbo ashirvad kori tumra chaitanya hao. That was the last blessing of January 1, 1886, which is celebrated as Kalpataru Day. Meaning, Sri Ramakrishna was bestowing his grace. He didn't come here to bestow your money, wealth, prosperity, nothing. If you come to Ramakrishna, Ramakrishna will see my condition. See my condition, what can I give you? I am nothing. No, I have no jewel, no crown, no gold, nothing. Even you touch gold, his hand will break. What can you do? We cannot go there. Only if you go there, what he can give?
Grace.
Only by touch can remove your ignorance. And that he was doing every day with his disciples, direct disciples. You lead the life of Ramakrishna's children, these 16 children who came at the feet of Ramakrishna. How they are nurtured and how Ramakrishna built their character for the good of humanity on the foundation of dedication and sacrifice. This little life is to be sacrificed for the good of all, good of many. That was the mission of Ramakrishna. And he could give them the touch of the divinity. And that's why Ramakrishna's, if you read the gospel, you can find day and night he is in ecstasy, an ecstatic samadhi, and whoever comes, he is giving that blessings to all, so that their mind is lifted from the mundane to the divine. And Sri Ramakrishna's touch have transformed all these disciples. And that was 1886, 1st of January, when he was open to the public. You have read that? About 30 devotees were there around, being a Sunday, Girish Ghosh and others came, and then Ramakrishna suddenly, after so many days, felt little better, and he came down and suddenly saw Girish and asked, "Oh Girish, what did you find in this?" He could not say in me, because he has no eye sense. He says, "What did you find in this? That you are talking all over that I am God or something, God incarnate or something like that. What did you see?" And the poor Girish, he said that, "What can I say about you, whom the Vyasa, who is the composer of Bhagavat, writing about Krishna, and Valmiki, the writer of the life of Ramachandra, could not express you, such great sages. Who am I? An ordinary Girish can talk about you." And instantly this simple response from Girish ignited the spirit in Sri Ramakrishna, and he went into ecstasy. And coming down from that, he just said these words, "What more shall I say? Bless you all." He never said, "I bless." This word never came out of mouth of Ramakrishna. But in that ecstatic mood he said, "What more shall I say? I bless that you all attain Chaitanya, the consciousness. Chaitanya, awareness, consciousness." Holy Mother said, what happens when we realize God? Two horns don't grow on the head. Holy Mother said, what happens? He says that only Gyan Chaitanya hoy. One becomes aware of the divinity, of the eternal consciousness which is within. That becomes of him. So this is the result of becoming God conscious. So here is the Sri Ramakrishna did that for the public and touched everyone and awakened their kundalini, awakened their consciousness. Now, Swami Vivekananda was left. After his death, Sri Ramakrishna lifted his body and gave it to Vivekananda to carry on the message to the whole world. And that he did. And that's why he said it is to unite everyone with the God consciousness. So, contribution of this center, contribution of this Ramakrishna organization, contribution of the coming of Swami Vivekananda and Holy Mother and Sri Ramakrishna is only to awaken our divine consciousness. And how to do that? To dedicate our life for the good of others. Life is not, Swami Vivekananda was very strong about that. Selfishness. Selfishness. Selfish people are dead people. They are more dead than alive. Those who think day and night of me, my money, my wealth, my prosperity, my pleasure, my fun, at the cost of others, they are only human in the personality, look like human, but the divinity is not manifested. So Swamiji's main mission was to awaken this divinity, what Ramakrishna did on January 1, and that he broadcasted all over the world by showing the path. What is the path? He said that sacrifice, what is the national ideal? Two ideal of India is national idea of India is sacrifice and what is the other
Service.
one? Service
Renunciation
and
service.
Renunciation.
renunciation and service.
Yes.
So in a coin word he has given this idea. Renunciation means what? Not to go to the forest. Renunciation means live in the world detached way, and whatever you have, do it, sacrifice it for the others. Sacrifice. So renunciation and service. Service in the temple. He was crying because seeing the suffering of humanity, that how can you sleep? The world is burning in misery. Can you sleep? Oh lion, get up. What a call of Swami Vivekananda, calling the sleeping soul all in us to be awakened. You cannot sleep. The whole world is burning in misery. How much they need any service. So give whatever you can. And don't think of as Jeva fire chai tar sindhu bindu hoye jaan. You are infinite. When you look back to your own little self, your ocean dries and becomes a drop. Dao, fire nahi chao. Give. Don't look back. Thaki jodi hridaye sambho. If you have any element in your heart, give. And Jiva, he who can give, they become great. So Swami Vivekananda's message is to sacrifice and to serve. Serve whom? Not social workers. Swami Vivekananda created this monastic order. It is not a bachelor's club or a social institution, social organization. Though in India people say we do social work, in this country we preach Vedanta, but these are all service. And this service is to be open to the whole world, because people do not know their own dignity. They are deprived of their own very basic needs. Go to the third world countries like we call India. It is growing, but how much poverty still now? Go to Africa, go to other poor countries of the world. In this country, it is surprising to look at, I live in Los Angeles, 30,000 people in the street. In this cold, in this severe cold, in this heat, in this, when it is fire. So where they will go? Where? And we are sleeping. How can we do that? So this call is to awaken the inner consciousness, not that we should all go to be a homeless person to serve, but we can do much, keeping our own needs. It is a question of the heart, it is a question of feeling. And you have to feel for whom? Feel. Swamiji's call. Feel. Millions and millions of descendants of the saints and sages of India, or God's descendant, are next door neighbor to you, are living in hunger, in lack of education, lack of medical benefit. And how can you sleep? Swami Vivekananda said, I call him a traitor, who having been educated at the expense of these poor people pays least heed to them. See, we are all in America, we are all Indians, we have our background. Think about that. Who made you a graduate? Who gave you education, engineering and this and that? It's India and a poor country and poor people. Think literally in the materialistic analysis. Our education is given free, or whatever we have given. Who has given? It is a taxation of the poor people who have no food to eat. And Swami Vivekananda is very stern. He says, I call him a traitor, who having been educated at the expense of these people pays least heed to them. Give back to the country. Give back to the people. Give your heart, give your love. If you have nothing, pray to God. This is another point. Can you remove the suffering of the world? No. But you can do for one person. You can feel for one person's suffering. That is Swami Vivekananda. And do whatever you can. There is a unique story of Rockefeller. Rockefeller, when he met Swami Vivekananda, and Swami Vivekananda said, don't think that your money is your money. You are only the holder of the money. Huh? It is for all. You should do something for the people. No? And Rockefeller was very angry because, a poor beggar can say such big words to a person like me. But he has a sense. He went back and thought about that. And then wrote a very big amount of check. And what is Rockefeller Foundation, starting point of all those. And then when he came to Swami Vivekananda and said, now I have given this great big donation, so now thank me. And Swami Vivekananda said, I thank you, you thank me. I have given you the opportunity to expand. You are like this much little, you are keeping yourself here. I have broadened your heart to the widening your heart for the suffering of others. Thank me. This is the point. Swami Vivekananda's definitions are just opposite of the traditional idea. Swami Vivekananda said, let the giver kneel down and the receiver receive it and bless. My God, our traditional thing we have seen, we Belur Math sadhus used to go for Calcutta for begging some 1 rupee monthly donation from shop to shop. And they will keep you sitting for 1 hour and then give you $1. Go. Our Swami Bhuteshananda Maharaj, you all know Bhuteshananda Swami, he was there, such a great one, our president, such a senior Swami. He told me one story. He was in Rajkot, and there is in Rajkot center we have some orphanage. Orphan boys live, very poor boys, so we have no financial sustaining capacity. So he used to go take a bike as the head of the center, used to take a bicycle and go to door, to shop in shopping place. And he went there, and in the hot summer, Rajkot is a hot area, but he bicycling and he left in the morning. If someone will give a monthly donation of 2 rupees, 1 rupee, darling. So he went to one such shop and he was waiting. And the Babu has no time to talk. So he left. He was sitting for 1 hour. And then he said, what do you want? Then he said, I came for what you give monthly. Please give that 1 rupee or 2 rupees, something like that. Oh, you come another day. It's a poor guy, Swami Bhuteshanandaji. After sitting there for 1 hour, then he took the bike and went away. Next day again he came. After 1 day or 2 days or whatever, maybe he came. And he gave that money, throw away. So this is the way of we give charity. But what Vivekananda says is just opposite. Charity. It is not charity. It is service to God. You pay honor and respect to the temple. You go to rich people. You go to people of political importance and spend dollars, hundreds and thousands of dollars. But the poor you can treat like that. It is your service to God. And that is all these teachings are there everywhere. But Vivekananda emphasized in this age. That's why even the charitable organizations in India, it is to be noted that we are called the Bhangi Sadhus. You know that story?
Yeah.
We are called in Haridwar, the Ramakrishna mission sadhus are called Bhangi Sadhus. Bhangi means mentor. Mentor means sweeper sadhus. Because Swami Vivekananda saw the suffering of the monks in the Himalayas. When they are sick, they have no home, they have no clothing, they have no food. If you live in some jhopdi, and then you do your practice, but you are sick, then you die there. And Swami Vivekananda inspired his Kalyanananda and Nishchayananda, 2 of his disciples. And they took that responsibility. They have no money, they are monks, why they will get money? So they used to have collected some money to get some homeopathic medicine. They are not homeopath doctors, but they learned to serve God in man. And then he used to go from Kankhal to Rishikesh, walking every day and seeing any patient, ill, sick patient on the right or left, wherever is someone is sitting, and then he will be going and then serving them, cleaning their cloth, soiled cloth maybe, preparing some barley or something, giving some homeopathic doses, and then go on one by one, one by one. And because the monk in the Himalayas, monks are due, Maharaj is the monk's duty. Monk will read Vedas, Upanishads, chant the Narada, this sutra, that sutra, and that is the spiritual thing. A sadhu will be cleaning the soiled cloth of a monk or of somebody. What type of method hai? So they were disrespected like that. But they were undaunted in their principle of serving God in human being. And then it was recognized, and there is a story of that, where Swami Turiyananda, they used to go for austerity, so they were known for their spirituality, and also these sadhus were born. And now you know, we have in Haridwar, there's one of the biggest hospital centers, Kalkar. And it's made for, the same thing happened in Benares, that hospital center, it is called the Kauri Hospital. So the Vrindavan, that is also started with the same way. Vrindavan, people, who cares for these people? They are widows in our Bengal area or in some other area. When they widows are very naturally in every home. Who thinks about those people? When the widow means they are married in the very earliest 6 years, 7 years, 5 years old, girl is married to a man. And the man dies. And this widow, she has no sibling of her own, and no one cares for that. So they went to Vrindavan and chant the name of Krishna, Krishna, Krishna on the roadside, and someone throws away little rice dal here and like, and they boil at the end of the day, and that is their meal. If they fall sick, who is going to take care of them? That was the thing, this heart of Swami Vivekananda. He inspired this way. So not that we can do a big thing. You see, even today in India, Ramakrishna missions activities are tremendous activities, you all know. You can, if you have not gone, go to the website belurmott.org and see whatever activity all over the centers in India is going on. So 200 centers in India, and what they are doing. But it is nothing if you compare to the need of India. 1 point, how much billion? 1.2 billion. But don't mind that. Know that you cannot solve the problem of the world. But do you do anything? Can you do anything from your part? The maximum whatever you can do. Give your love, there is one story. I mean, this is Vivekananda's day, is only for service to others, that is I am emphasizing. And one day there came a huge flood in Bengal, and every year it happens, you know. And then Ramakrishna, in early days, Baburam Maharaj, Swami Premananda, Ramakrishna's disciple, he, at that time only few brahmacharis were available who have joined in the monastery. Now we are about 1500 monks all over the globe. But that time it was maybe 40, 50 altogether in different branches. And they had to do all the chore work. From early morning, cleaning, cooking, taking care of the dog, cows, cleaning these toilets, everything has to do by themselves. So suddenly the flood came. And so the Baburam Maharaj told that you people go for lunch, and immediately after lunch just come out and go for relief. So get ready within half an hour. So they all quickly finished their meal and then came to Baburam Maharaj before departure. Then he said, okay, so you are going for what? We are going for relief. What will you do? What will you do there? Relief? He said, whatever materials we have, we will distribute to the people. No, I am not saying what you will give. again he is asked. They could not catch the point. In the relief, what shall I give? Whatever material I receive, clothing, if I get cloth, I will distribute the cloth. If I get some rice or food item, I will distribute that. So what shall, no, Babu Maharaj asked 3 times, what you shall give? What you shall give? Everyone is wanting the same thing. Whatever comes, we will give. Then Swami Premananda said, you will give the material which is given by somebody. It came to your hand and you are giving to that. What you are giving.
Don't come back, okay?
What you will give, that is the question. Can you say what you can give?
Love and service.
That is the point. What you can give is your heart. Somebody gave some material and you give it on the other person, don't get the credit that you are doing anything. Huh?
They give a lot of love here.
That is their age. We did the same thing when we are there.
Yeah, a lot of love going on there.
So the question is that what is to be given is your heart. That is the secret of the seva. Seva means not giving plenty of items and materials. That is not the point. Point is that what you are giving with your simple, pure feeling and emotions. Feel for the suffering people. So that was Swamiji's call. Swamiji's call to the youth, call to young and old is that he is called only and he is relentlessly wanting to serve. And that's why I quoted the very first words that is very inspirational. Swami Vivekananda's life, look at that. There's not a single moment for him. He only thought of others, gave everything for the good of others, and only lived for inspiring others. And what he said, I shall inspire men everywhere. Not Bengal, not India, not America. Men everywhere in the world, until the world shall know that I am not this petty person, but I am one with the divine. In me is the divinity. I am a child of God, and everyone is a child of God. So as I need respect, I want to show respect, and I want my need, so that others' need is also my need. There is another story. There is one great Pandit of that age when after Swamiji passed away, and he was very well known all over India for his Vedantic scholarship. So he one day met one of our monk whose name is Premeshananda. Many of you know Swami Premeshananda. Go Forward is the book, you can see. So this Premeshananda Swami was one of the greatest Swami of our order, very highly illumined person, at the same time full of love for the for human being. So this scholar came and then put this question to this Swami Premeshananda that was in Rishikesh. And that Premeshananda Maharaj was doing some spiritual practice in some jhupri. That is the way sadhus used to do. And he met him and he said that you are an intelligent monk, but I don't understand why you people giving up your spiritual practices, Vedanta day and night. I am Atman, I am Brahman, and read the scriptures and preach that. You are engaged in the activities of social service and serving the poor, feeding us, and going for relief, going for flood relief, fire relief. All this, what is going on? It is not a monk's work. Monk's work should be always chanting the name of the Lord and always engaged in reading the scriptures and learning in the Shankara, how he said, explain all these ideas. But you are deviating from that. You are intelligent people. You are good people. Why do you do that? Why you are spoiling your life in this way? Then he said, he is a par excellence scholar. So he said, okay, sir, you are a great Pandit. Shall I ask you, do you believe that great dictum, what is called Mahavakya? What is the great dictum? Do you believe that I am Brahman, Aham Brahma Asmi? Do you believe that? What the Pandit will say? Of course. This is the great dictum. I am that. Okay. Then he said, okay, sir. So you are that. But when you feel sick, you need somebody to come with medicine. Is it? Hey, where are you going?
Coming and going. It's okay. That's
That's
their age.
Now, then he said, so even you are that, but you have your necessity. When you are hungry, you will be happy if someone gives you food. That's okay? Yes. Now, do you believe another Mahavakya? Thou art that. First is, I am that. Okay, I am that. And what about thou art that? If thou art that, same, when someone is sick, someone is hungry, someone needs some help, why not to serve there? Actually, it just came a revelation to that Pandit. He never thought that way. I say I am Brahman, but when I am hungry, I am sick, I feel that someone should come to help me, and I go to doctor to take help. I go to hospital for those things. If that is allowed, I am being Brahman, so thou art also Brahman. So why not, when you fall sick, you should be treated the same way. Then he told, we are not serving the body. We are serving the body, but who is inside the body, he gets the service. That is called God. So it is not contradictory to your Vedanta, because Vedanta tells what? Sarvam Kavidam Brahma. Everything is permeated by that Brahman. So if that, therefore, whatever you are serving, you do not know, you are serving God only. So this is called practical Vedanta. And that was Swami Vivekananda's contribution. Every action can be directed towards that ultimate principle of spirit, serving the spirit by the spirit. So this is Swami Vivekananda's message, to serve everyone with dignity and respect. That is in line with the ancient wisdom of the Upanishads. Upanishad says, Navari Pattukamayo Patipriyo Bhavati Atmanastu Kamayo Patipriyo Bhavati Navari Jayayai Kamayo Jaya Priya Bhavati Atmanastu Kamayo Jaya Priya Bhavati Navari Sarvasya, go on, and ultimately says Navari Sarvasya Kamayo Sarvam Priyam Bhavati. Upanishad says, everyone loves the husband not but the husband, but for the Atman in the husband. The wife loves the husband because of that. Husband loves the wife because the Atman is there. Anyone loves anyone in the universe, it is because of that. So, it is the all service. Service to whom? Not to a poor man, not to an uneducated man, but to God in the form of poor, God in the form of illiterate, God in the form of hungry, God in the form of suffering from some disease. So this is the major idea, which is called the practical idea, and that practical idea given to establish ourselves in our eternal wisdom of knowledge. But it may take time, but we should have to go to Swami Vivekananda to make our life spiritual. It is not going to a forest, but living in the world, performing all our duties and responsibilities, and through that duties and responsibility, not thinking it is a worldly thing, it is a material thing, but it is a spiritual journey. So Swami Vivekananda brought that spirit into our life, and as much as we can do, that's our opportunity, and that will make our life peaceful. And following this path, at least thousands and thousands have got a new direction. It was in our ancient wisdom, but it was forgotten. And we ignored the God in human expression. And we went to the temple. Swami Vivekananda said, you ignoring this living God, you go to the dead gods. Meaning, you go to a temple, you don't see temple, you don't see God there, you imagine it's God. So why not imagine God in your husband, in your wife, in your children, in your father, in your mother, in your friend, in your... why not bring that into your day-to-day life? Then how much spiritual achievement will happen. So
we
that
are preoccupied, Swamiji, in worshipping prajna, those who have gone through dreamless sleep, and we call them God. But the God is here. God is everywhere. That Indians are more towards that aspect than anybody else, I feel.
good, be good like that.